Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I've been sort of covering this for a few weeks now, and realistically looking at this as one of my overall long-term plays, because XRP at some point it's just going to make a huge move, and I don't think anybody's going to be able to anticipate it. It's just sort of going to explode at some point. And honestly, I think this is way overdue. I think the all-time high on this is around $2. This thing could go absolutely crashing up to Ethereum heights, in my opinion, because it has so much real world utility use case, and there's a lot of accumulation in certain countries at the moment, but the routers, the mass media, people like that, they're really starting to look into this and say to themselves, you know, this is a consistent uptrend that's been happening since last year around June, July, and it's just been consistent and real good strong uptrend on the daily. And like I said, there's a lot of weird places. Whales are moving a lot of stuff. There's all of these key indicators to show us that a big move is possibly on the horizon. And another thing that I think everybody underestimates is what XRP Ripple has actually provided to the whole broader crypto community. And it's a format. It's a way for anybody that is possibly going to get dragged into court cases in the future with the SEC. They've got a playbook. They've got a format to go off of. They've got historical accounts to show them what they should do, what they shouldn't do. You know, this whole idea of just going at these things head on, not because if we look at people like DK who went on the run, instead of just going head on at regulatory issues and sort of saying, look, we've messed up, let's work this out, let's figure it out, that he just simply went on the run, and XRP didn't do this. This is what really does set them aside. So like I said, there's a lot of whales reshuffling at the moment. And as the price has more or less been dipping down on this more, if you're day trading and stuff like that, you're not paying attention to the the more long-term play, which is what I'll be showing on the price chart as to where I'm coming from this and how I'm more or less treating this. Because a lot of people message me to say, oh, XRP's dropping, you know, have you sold your bag? And it's like, well, no, because this is a long-term play for me. The same way that a lot of these big contenders treat Ethereum and BTC with their dollar cost averaging, that's too far gone for me. Okay, but XRP hasn't. It really is the people's chance, I think, to get involved in something that has real, genuine potential in the real world, and to replace the SWIFT system just sets this thing aside. But it's historical data that it provides as to what it's gone through, what the community have gone through. And it's one of the strongest communities in crypto, I would say. And like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of different countries that are trying to, from what I can tell, accumulate as much XRP into their country-based exchanges, so to speak. But this is something for me that's come up very recently, and I knew this was going to be happening. I hold a very small amount of Flare myself, and I've done a couple of Flare videos here on the channel. But the fact that Ripple-backed Flare, this whole new airdrop that's being launched, it's amazing, and it just shows there's no boundaries from this point onwards, and it's just whatever they can accumulate, they'll accumulate. This is really good to see this, because Flare in itself is very important to the crypto ecosystem. If you haven't seen my previous videos on Flare, go back and have a look. I'll try link them at the end of this in the description or in the little blow up bubbles at the end for you. But do have a look into Flare. Have a good look into Flare, because the amount of sort of airdrops they do just from holding it, what you get, it's really worth its while for me. And I've been airdropped crazy sort of tokens that I've never even heard of, even from holding XRP in certain places, depending on where you're holding it. So if we go over to the price chart, I've got this on the daily. I'm on TradingView. For me, this daily is really standing out and showing that there's a strong movement and there's a strong contending sort of situation playing out, as to which it's just going to blow. And it's going to do a movement like this where it's just going to rocket off. And nobody, like I said, nobody has got a crystal ball. If they have, fair play to them. You know, hit me up in the comment section. Maybe we can collab. We can share the crystal ball a little. But if we go on to today's chart, it's a very interesting situation played out, because there was a very substantial cup and handle playing out for a while. That failed to play out. It's sort of broken out of that bubble. It's tried to come up, tried to break out, sort of forming another smaller cup and another handle. It was going down, and this is always a very strange time if you're holding something short term. This is how they kind of shake paper-handed people out. And when you hold on to these more long-term plays and looking at things from the day chart perspective, if you've grabbed it down here last year, and I grabbed XRP as soon as I sort of got involved in crypto, just because one of my friends, he's such an XRP diehard. And honestly, I was at a point where I knew so much about it that it was kind of silly for me to not grab a bag. So I grabbed a very small bag. And like I said, I've been dollar cost averaging into this. And I know a lot of people on the channel here are diehard LUNC fans, but that doesn't mean you can't look to other cryptocurrencies. Because if you caught our XNO news on the channel here, and maybe you don't ever invest in any other kind of cryptos, but from that you thought, well, do you know what? I'm going to throw the dice. I'm going to roll $10. That worked out for you. You nearly made a 1x. You know, these are the sort of things we're looking for. And if we pay attention to the broader market, we can probably figure out what's going to be pumping next, what's going to be going on next. And there's a lot of sort of YouTubers out there that have these real good sort of channels, and they're quite accurate as to where they're going, what they're doing, and they see these contention plays playing out. If you look at AVAX, you know, coins like Solana, they really have made those substantial moves, and it's not long until XRP makes one of those kind of moves. So folks, let me know if you're invested in XRP. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what other coins you're involved in, and just let me know what you're sipping on. I'm a diehard coffee fan. Let me know what kind of coffee beans you're into. Other than that, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and as always, we'll catch you in the next one.